Hey guys, what's up? Unrested here out at Tennoji, going right next to Q's Mall right now. That's all the hubbub you see behind me, all the nice lights and everything. Really close to the Harako's building, the tallest building in all of Japan. You see it there. I have to lean all the way down like this to show you the top. Anyway, I just wanted to, I guess, kind of do a little quick rant video. I just walked past this kid, and he must have been like 11 years old. And no, he doesn't have any kind of like mental disability or anything like that. I know because I could actually see the name of the uniform that the kid was wearing, which usually have the kanji of the school that he goes to, and I know for a fact that the school is not for kids with mental disabilities or anything like that. So he's your normal, everyday, average kid, because if I didn't see that, I would have actually questioned if that was the case, because he was about 11 years old, on the floor, screaming and crying on the mall that I'm at here right now, to his mom, about some kind of treat. I couldn't quite make it out because about how much he was screaming and crying. Some kind of treat or snack he was gonna get after dinner that they didn't go and buy right now. And I mean, this kid was throwing a fit. I mean, a fit like maybe my 3-year-old would throw, which is fine. He's a 3-year-old kid. I mean, he's not that rational. But an 11-year-old, I mean, come on. I've got a 5-year-old too, and he doesn't act like that. If he did, we would just take him right home and he would know his whole day was over. He's going to his room. But there's this thing recently in Japan. I don't know. It's not everybody in Japan. It's not every single parent out there. It's, I guess, a trend. Let's put it that way. There's this book from Sweden, and I don't know the title. It's been translated from Swedish to Japanese, so I've never read it in English. It's about never saying no to your kids. And I'm not saying this is wrong, like this is the wrong way to teach your kids or anything, but the Swedish book, and if I have any Swedish viewers, which I do know I have, please tell me if you know the name of this book. It's apparently super popular in Japan. It pretty much translates to like never say no to your kids. And it's about letting them explore the world and never telling them no, hands off, and that's dangerous and stay away from that, because that way you kind of like stop them from learning as much as they possibly can and exploring. And I kind of understand this. And I've seen this in use in Swedish schools where they have these like kindergartens where they go out to the woods and they just let the kids explore and touch anything they want in the woods. And I think that's a great idea. I think the method that Swedish people came up with was kind of conformed to this idea of going out into nature and doing this, and it totally makes sense. But it's been kind of mutated and changed as it's come over to Japan, where it's kind of like never say no to them about anything. Like, don't say, hey, look, we're in a public place, don't act like, you're 2 years old when you're an 11-year-old grown-up kid. Don't throw a fit in public and embarrass me in front of all the people walking past us right now. And there's no punishment laid out for a lot of these kids, and I see this happen in schools a lot, and I even see it with my own nephew. He's one of these kids that follows this kind of philosophy. Well, he doesn't follow it, his mother does, I should say, of just let them do whatever they want. And quite honestly, this has turned him into quite of a bad kid. And I don't feel like it's anybody's place to really like point out how to raise your child or which way to do it, until you yourself raise children and have experienced the different growing pains of raising a kid. And then you have your own experience, and then you really can know like if what you're saying is rational. If you're like, yo, if that was my kid, I would do this and this. No, you wouldn't, because you don't know how hard it is to do those kind of things with the kids. Well, I do now. I think before in my younger years, when I was in my early 20s and a single guy, I don't think I could really speak on this without having, I guess, my own experience to back it up. But now that I do, I don't get this. I don't get this like no discipline thing. So like I said, he doesn't get disciplined for anything. He pretty much gets away with whatever he wants. Like, let me give you an example. Just yesterday, he begged his mom to get an iPod. Not an iPad, not an iPhone. I don't know why an iPod, I guess. And he wanted to use for Line, the SMS, the instant messenger Line, which is super popular in Japan. He's just got into junior high school, and that's one of the most popular things that kids use to talk to each other in junior high school. Cool, whatever. His mom buys it, but she's not a computer geek. She's not like big into computers. She really doesn't understand much about how computers work. For example, she didn't understand that if your iPod doesn't have any kind of cell phone service connected up to it, then you would need Wi-Fi in your house to be able to use the internet on that iPod. So he's like super pissed, and so she goes out of her way to pay for this Wi-Fi to be installed. And now he's got, wireless internet and lets him use his iPod. He's still not happy because then he wants to get the Line app, and as I'm sure you probably know, like when you get an app in the App Store, you have to put in credit card stuff, but there is a way around that. I'm sure you guys probably already know that you just do get on the app, you start a new account, and then you just say you don't have any form of payment because you're either, under 18 or you just, you don't use credit cards. And there's a way to get around that, and I told my sister-in-law, I guess that's who my nephew mom would be, my sister-in-law, that yeah, if he comes over to my house I can show him how to do that. Well, apparently he was so pissed off that he couldn't have instant access to this Line app that he just didn't even do it. He wouldn't come over to my house. He instead stormed out of his own house, ran off to some local arcade, which there's a bunch of right around here. Now this isn't super dangerous because it's Japan and there's not really any super unsafe area, but still, to do that to your mom, to just run him out and be pissed off that you can't use your iPod that she bought you and the wireless internet that she bought you, and that you're not happy because you can't instantly use it, even though your uncle, me, who lives just a 5-minute walk down the street, can do a workaround to just make sure that you can log on to there. He's pissed that he can't instantly use it. So he comes back, and after he's thrown a big fit, he just says, "That's it, I'm just gonna sell this stupid thing. I don't want this anymore." And they call us and complain about that's the way he's acting. And it's, what punishment he got for doing that? Nothing. Now he's gonna just sell the iPod and just get some cash for it and be super pissed off and wait till he gets a cell phone instead of just waiting till he did the workaround with his uncle, who's me. But can you believe that? And he's no punishment for this at all. And I see this more and more and more as this philosophy of never say no continues to escalate in Japan. To give you another example, the same kid I'm talking about now, he's number 45 in his class of 45 kids. And that's the lowest you could possibly be. Usually there's anywhere from 40 to 45 kids in a class, and they rank you in Japan, and they straight up put it on the board outside of your school, and everybody can walk past and see it. And he's number 45. He doesn't study for anything. Just nothing. Even if I give him the most basic English, spell cat or dog, and English is part of this curriculum here in Japan, he'll just write a mass of letters T947B dash ampersand. He has no idea. It's not on a level of I don't want to study science and social studies. He's on a level of he hasn't kept up with the kanji to be on the level that he's supposed to be at, to be able to even basically read that stuff. So he's nearly illiterate at age, this kid's 13, almost going on 14 now. Can you imagine your job possibilities in Japan if you're illiterate with kanji? You might not even be able to work at a conveni, I don't think. I don't know if you'd be able to work at McDonald's. Actually, working at McDonald's in Japan it's a pretty high pressure job. Apparently if you do that during your college years, you can put that on your resume and people are pretty impressed. Because fast food's actually fast in Japan. But I don't know, man. I gotta say, this is only, I love living in Japan. I think it's a great country. I think they do a lot of great things. I think there's a lot of stuff that they feel like if it's not broken, then why try to fix it? But I feel like this is something that's broken. This kind of way of raising kids is broken. Maybe I'm just becoming an old timer as I just hit my 37th birthday. But I come from a time where my parents were strict, dude. I had corporal punishment. I don't know if you need to go that far, but I do think you need to enforce punishments. Some sort of, if you don't do this, then this happens. Anyway, I just thought I'd give my 2 cents on that, a little bit of a rant as I walk here. Hope you enjoyed what you heard here today. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Unrested with the questions you requested. This is JFAC. Have a good one.